Hello everyone! Today I'm going to rank my top 10 favorite Doom Patrol episodes. Here we go. So a couple of you have been wanting me to rank Doom Patrol after my Season 2 reactions, and I have to say I had to revisit the show because Doom Patrol is such a superb show that it's hard to narrow down the top 10 episodes. So right now, at this moment, these are my top 10 favorite. Starting at number 10 is Season 1, Episode 5, Paw Patrol. I love the character of Kipling. Many people who are Supernatural fans recognize the actor. He does a great job in this role, and there's pretty much this entity called the D-Creator. There's a lot of stuff in this episode that is from the Doom Patrol comics, but I love it because Mr. Nobody is the big bad. He has Niles Caulder, and he realizes that his plans are going to be thwarted if the end of the world happens. So he pretty much interferes with time, with Jane's backstory and other characters, and he creates something to fight the prophecy of the D-Creator. I love this episode. I love the flashback, seeing Crazy Jane, seeing what she had to endure at the mental institute, but also seeing the changes that Mr. Nobody enacts, and seeing kind of like the zany, wacky, supernatural stuff that Doom Patrol is known for. This is a solid episode and a great conclusion to this side arc of Season 1. After that is Season 2, Episode 9, Wax Patrol. This is the finale of Season 2. COVID, of course, cut the season short, and the Doom Patrol finally confronts the Candlemaker, who is just crazy in this episode. He pretty much instills these visions and tests the might and mentality of all the Doom Patrol members. I love this. After the cliffhanger of Dorothy maturing, we finally get to see the Doom Patrol deal with a grave threat, and they may or may not be able to basically be up to the task. But I love seeing Candlemaker mess with them in psychological ways. You know, him using an imaginary friend in the form of his father with Victor Stone, Jesus messing around with Cliff Steele, Rita seeing an imaginary friend, and Larry not really being affected in many ways, but having to be confronted physically by the Candlemaker, all the way to that epic conclusion of Dorothy being launched into the fire and Niles screaming, "Dorothy!" And it ends there. They're all pretty much in grave danger or dead. And that's where it ends. I'm like, it can't end there. I was just like, wow. I had my jaw on the floor. This was such a fantastic penultimate episode, but also finale for Season 2 of Doom Patrol. And we also get to learn the real origin of Crazy Jane, and it is messed up. Diane Guerrero does a fantastic job with this character, and it's a heartbreaking story, to say the least. After that, at number 8 is Season 1, Episode 6, Doom Patrol Patrol. This is a cool episode where the modern Doom Patrol searches for this group called the Doom Patrol, because, you know, the new group isn't the Doom Patrol yet. So they see the original Doom Patrol, and it's quite a tragic episode. They need to find a way to defeat Mr. Nobody. And they kind of do in a way, but in other ways, they could see exactly what they could turn up as if they try to face Mr. Nobody without being prepared. And I love seeing these younger characters, seeing the original Doom Patrol, only for it to be kind of like a mental projection and for them to be old, elderly, damaged. It is a heartbreaking episode, but also a cool foreshadowing of what could happen if they fell against this dire enemy of Mr. Nobody. It's a really cool, well-edited episode all the way from beginning to end. After that, at number 7 is Season 1, Episode 9, Jane Patrol. This is a really cool episode where Crazy Jane pretty much decides to reside into the underground where all her personalities live. So we actually get to see what goes on in Crazy Jane's mind, see all the different personalities for who they really look like when they're not speaking through Jane. And this is such a cool episode of her, like in this comatose state, the Doom Patrol trying to help her, and we get to see Cliff Steele go inside Jane's head, and we get to see Brendan Fraser. He's actually Cliff Steele before he was Robot Man, and it's very cool seeing how the multiple personalities work inside Jane's head, as well as the past, abusive past with her father. Overall, this was a really cool episode that was a very Jane-centric episode. Jane, I love the whole cast, but Jane's definitely like one of the strongest characters on the show, and it was so cool seeing Cliff learn more about her and their friendship grow in this episode, despite her kind of crazy feelings towards his paternal friendship. After that, at number 6 is season 1, episode 3, Puppet Patrol. They go to Argentina, they're transported, and it's the area where we get to see Mr. Nobody turn to Mr. Nobody at the beginning of the season. But this Nazi scientist made this commune of fucking Nazis. It was crazy. It's creepy. It's Puppet Patrol, you know? He has these puppets. He has all these people brainwashed looking the same. But I love it because we get to see the Doom Patrol go and face this bad guy, see Robot Man become unhinged and just start like ripping limbs off of people and beating them up. And then we get to see one of other Jane's personalities just wreak havoc and just kill some fucking Nazis. And I love it. I love seeing that Nazi bastard die at the end. And also you get to learn more about like this world of Doom Patrol outside of Niles Calder, outside of the Doom Patrol themselves. We get to learn what made Mr. Nobody, what's going to make some future characters, but also like what's going on in this world, in this kind of crazy scientific supernatural world in the DC comic realm. Puppet Patrol is a fun episode that's kind of like the first standalone villain they face against outside of Mr. Nobody. After that, at number 5 is season 1, episode 12, CYBORG Patrol. CYBORG Patrol is cool. Pretty much CYBORG gets captured by the Bureau of Normalcy, and the Doom Patrol devises a plan to rescue him. This is where they find Flex Mentallo, but this episode, besides the butts, is remembered for the sign by Ace of fucking Base, man. I love the sign. Such a hilarious sequence of Crazy Jane there, seeing the guy go all Reservoir Dogs.
We get it, douche flap. You saw Reservoir Dogs. Do me a solid, chop off my ears already so that I don't have to listen to another verse of Ace of fucking Base.
And then we get to see Jane turn to like one of her rom-com personalities. Overall, it's a cool episode where the group finally works in unison to basically rescue CYBORG. And for all intents and purposes, it's the first time that their plan really works according to plan, even though more stuff happens. I also like how they mess with CYBORG to make him seem like he killed his father, how he's all damaged, the lies there. And you really think that Victor Stone's father, Cyrus Stone, sells him out, and it's all part of the plan. After that, at number 4 is season 1, episode 14, the penultimate episode. This is a cool episode where the Doom Patrol decide to take a final stand against Mr. Nobody, get transported to the white space to save Niles. And Flex Mentallo, he remembers who he is. We found out what happened to his wife. It's that one scene where, yeah, they actually did that. They went ahead and did that on a show, man.
What the fuck is going on?
We're all rich. We're fucking coming, man!
I think I flexed the wrong muscle. No shit, dummy!
That was so crazy and funny. I was laughing so hard, but at the same time, I'm like, wow. They went there, man. I don't think any other show on television would dare to do that. But it's cool, because once they get to the white space, they have to go through all these like mental challenges that Mr. Nobody puts them through. And you also have the shocking revelation that Niles is the one that caused all their accidents. So you're just like, wow, that is insane, man. And I also like how you think that they defeated Mr. Nobody, but they're in a loop. So that was a cool cliffhanger there of you thinking everything is tied up for the season. And it's like, no, Mr. Nobody has a trick up his sleeve. After that, at number 3 is season 2, episode 3, Pain Patrol. This is an episode where they're introduced to the villain of Red Jack from the comics. They're caused pain. It's cool. We get to see Niles' past. We get to see like him and Dorothy and Dan the Street and what role Day the Street played. We also get to see Jane and Cliff visit Cliff's daughter, and you find out she's pregnant, that Cliff's going to be a grandfather, and she doesn't believe that it's her father. She thinks it's some guy with a sick joke. It's kind of a tragic episode, but this is a very fun episode and a very scary villain that they brought from the comics. Overall, this was a really well done standalone episode. After that, at number 2 is the pilot. I absolutely love this pilot. Like, I had to give Titans a couple of watches to really get into it. Doom Patrol, I put on DC Universe back when it was around, and I saw one episode. It was immediately hooked that I watched 5 episodes that night straight through because I caught it later. It sets up all your characters, shows all the tragic backgrounds of the Doom Patrol, has a good amount of humor. Robot Man is the heart of this show, and it's sad seeing his origin, you know? Brendan Fraser, this is one of those things where Brendan Fraser was in a lot of movies, especially when I was growing up, and it's one of those things where it wasn't until I saw this show and his performance as Cliff Steele slash Robot Man that I thought, man, I really missed Brendan Fraser, and I didn't realize how much I missed him until this pilot. Timothy Dalton is great. I love Mr. Nobody, his origin, and him breaking the fourth wall, all the way to that crazy ending with the town being sucked up. Overall, this is a team that is damaged, misfits, the freaks, the geeks, you know. This shows you a very unconventional group of superheroes that aren't really just superheroes. They're superpowered people that happen to go through human problems. And that's one thing I love about this show that makes it so relatable and different from all the other cookie cutter franchise stuff you see out there. After that, at number 1, my favorite episode is Season 2, Episode 8, Dad Patrol. This was the one episode that moved me from start to finish. Seeing all the characters, seeing Larry, seeing Niles, seeing Cliff, seeing different characters deal with what it means to be a father, seeing the themes of fatherhood present in all the characters and all their lives from generations. And this episode really hit me at my core. Like, I just felt emotional. I almost cried. It was one of those where I was just like, wow, that was heavy. All the way to the end where Niles realizes that he might have to kill his own daughter in order to stop the end of the world. And that is tragic. It was also tragic seeing Larry and the effects of what happened with his accident and leaving his family and what effect it had on his sons and his grandkids. And it's just such an amazing episode, and it is Doom Patrol at its finest. There's some funny moments, but this is one episode that was dramatic, and it shows you what happens when you have well-written characters and great storytelling. And Doom Patrol is one of those rare shows where I just think it's superb on every cylinder. Every aspect of the show is wonderful. And yeah, that is probably my favorite episode. Overall, I can't wait to see what the original finale will be like for the season 3 premiere. I'm glad whenever they're able to film, I'm glad they're getting a season 3 on HBO Max now with all the other DC shows moving. And yeah, this is one of those rare hidden gem of a show. So yeah, you probably have seen it. If you haven't, why are you watching this video? Go check out Doom Patrol. But if you have seen it, let me know what some of your favorite episodes of Doom Patrol are. You can follow me on the Stardust app at Fred Film Fanatic and Instagram at Fred Film Fanatic. Feel free to subscribe and check out these videos for more content. Till next time, everyone, I hope you all stay safe. Remember, not all heroes wear capes. Some wear masks. Wear a mask, go vote, and have a happy, happy Halloween.